poor designs, dangerous malfunctions, freak accidents, and human error. There are approximately 30,000 theme park-related injuries worldwide. Each year, fasten your seatbelts and keep your arms and legs. Most dangerous theme park in the world at all times, because it's time to take a look at the top 3 most dangerous theme park in the world. Number 3. Expo Land, Japan. Expo Land in Japan was opened in 1969. As a part of the following year's International Expo, and would go on to be a popular amusement park for the next 3 decades. It has more than 40 rides, 8 of which were roller coasters, and countless other amenities on offer for guests. The park's ultimate downfall, however, was of its own doing with tight profits margins. The management had cut down on the maintenance that was performed on ride, and when you were talking about roller coaster, a decision like this can quite easily have tragic consequences. That's exactly what happened in 2017. The park's stand-up roller coaster called Fuji Raijin to derailed it, instantly killed the 19-year-old who was on board, and severely injured 19 other, with a total of 31 people being taken to hospital for treatment. Frighteningly, the cause was found to be a broken axle, and it was determined that none of the axles had been replaced for at least 15 years. With similar fault found on another of the coaster train. The park reputation was in tatters. A reduced visitor count when it finally reopened meant that it was closed for good just a couple of years later. Number 2. Parc Astérix. Parc Astérix, France. Parc Astérix, based upon the famous comic book series by René Goscinny, is the second biggest theme park in France, with more than 2 million annual visitors in a normal year. Located in the Plainly region, northern France, and feature 41 rides, which include 7 roller coasters and 6 water slides. It opened in 1989 and was a roaring success, with the opening of Disneyland Terrace a few years later. And just 12 miles away, visitor numbers were hit, and the park was forced to invest heavily in new attraction at time, to the detriment of the maintenance of its current machinery. The park management began to take risks they otherwise would not have done. This led to several unusual incidents. The first in 2000 foresaw the rides continued to operate during the powerful storm, and resulted in an 11-year-old boy being struck by lightning while in the queue for the Zeus Thunder ride. 2 years later, a young child died on the water ride after being sucked in by the pumps that are used to create a current in the artificial river. This has tarnished the park reputation to such an extent that after additional safety measures were incorporated, the entire ride was rebranded in an attempt to shake off any negative association. Number 1. Superman the Ride. Superman the Ride flags New England and Agawam, USA. Although flags has a handful of coasters named Superman Ride of Steel at other locations, we are talking about the world-famous ride that been consistently called one of the top steel roller coaster in existence, though at a glance as fancy as some of its contemporaries. Does boast speed of 77 mph and a 221-foot drop. In 2016, they introduced a virtual reality experience with a narrative about Superman duking it out with Lex Luthor. Boast, although a novel concept, the VR feature was removed in 2017, proving that sometimes an old-school coaster can be even more thrilling and intense than CGI. Number